Hi everyone, Indez here. For the past 6 months, I've been playing Diablo Immortal, and recently I made 2 videos of the one-shot Hammer of the Ancients build, and during that time, I showed off my gear, and a lot of people noticed that I'm level 30 in pretty much all slots. The only reason why I still didn't max everything is because I've been lazing for the past months, because after level 26, it doesn't really matter that much. However, having at 30 is pretty cool, right? So today I bring you a series of bullet points that hopefully is gonna summarize all the knowledge that I learned of hundreds of hours, not only farming but also playing the game, and how can you adjust your character to farm way faster and start just leveling up probably 2 or 3 times way faster than you currently do. So before you start, a disclaimer, just be mindful that it still takes time. It is a marathon, it's not a sprint. It will take many days, many hours of farming. And of course, for me, it took me 6 months. For you, it can take a bit longer, it can take a bit less. But just do whatever it is suitable for you. Don't put in risk anything. Be mindful. This is still a game. It's supposed to be fun, and that's all to it. So let's dive into the guide. How can you level as fast as you can? So first, of course, we're gonna speak about classes. Well, for no surprise, Barbarian, it is my favorite. I think it is probably the best open world class, together with Wizard and Crusader. And you may ask why. Well, it is because they have the highest buff of movement speed. If I activate Sprint, I'm gonna get 50% more movement for 40.6 seconds. So whenever I activate my Wrath of the Berserker, which increase my size, and then I activate the sprint, I become really fast. And if we check here my movement speed, you guys want to see that I have 69 speed. And you guys might say, Indez, but 70% is the cap. And I say, hell yeah, brother, but for me, 69 is much cooler to play with. So these are my recommendations for the classes that you could pick. However, if you don't play or you don't like any of these classes, don't worry about it. You can play any class. This game is pretty easy. You just might need to do a few adjustments that I will talk in the next point, especially in the green sets. So whenever we're talking about open world farming build, all we want to do it is to kill the mobs as we pass, as we run through them, activate the buffs, not use our primary attack, and kill everything. So basically, if having here Barb as an example, I activate all my spells, the Sprint, Art of Berserker, the Chains, and the Cleave. And you see, I maintain these buffs active, and to kill the mobs, all I need to do is run one time through them and everything will die. Have in mind that this difficulty is Inferno 3 already, so they are still a bit tanky. If this was Inferno 2, they will pretty much be one-shotted. So this is a pretty popular bar build that you guys can go copy. You guys are gonna do insane damage. It's gonna be perfect for you. However, if you play other class, just put like Diablo Immortal, your class, and a farm build on YouTube, and you're probably gonna find whatever you need. So now speaking about gear and green sets, this is the part that I see that few players start failing when it comes to how to build a character. A lot of players, they still don't understand like the concept between like cooldown reduction and beneficial effects, and how can that help you to become a much stronger character. So with this in mind, whatever I'm gonna recommend, it is what worked the best for me, especially as a barb. For your class, it may change, but for me, personally, I'm to a point that I'm already very strong. However, 4 pieces grace, I feel that it is still probably the best set for open world, because whenever you're running, you put the dots, and because I have a dot build, they will pretty much just die. I just need to hit them one time, and with the dots and the grace procs, the mob will just die. For the second set, we got, of course, the 2 pieces Vitus, increases your beneficial effects by 30%. And you guys remember that I said that 4 seconds on sprint that I had if you go here to the skill, but well, it's not a big deal because I got it all the time, 100% uptime. Well, it is because of the beneficial effect together with the cooldown reduction, which allows me to have the sprint all the time on, so I never get slow, and it's gonna be one of the main key elements that you're gonna have to try to aim for before you keep farming so much for hours and hours and hours. You gotta have 100% uptime in all your skills. So if you see here, all my skills have a duration above do cooldown. So I can keep spamming while running and they will always be active, and this is what you're looking for. So 2 pieces Vitus, it is pretty key. Then I'm using the 4 pieces set because I'm a barb, but I could also recommend for you guys to use, if you're, for example, a demon hunter, the 2 pieces Instar set that is gonna get 30% movement speed, or 2 pieces of Feasting Baron's pack, which is gonna increase the duration of your harmful effects for 30%, which means that when you apply a dot, they will stay for 13% more time, which is great because, again, you just want to hit the mob one time and keep running, and then the mob will die. So this part here about the substats, it is crucial. Please pay attention because I see so many people doing like these minor mistakes which makes it way slower at farming, and it is so easily fixable. So the first thing, go to your character, check, are my cooldowns lower than the duration of the buff, especially the movement buff? So in my case, it is a sprint, in other class is another. If the cooldown is lower than the duration, I can keep spamming and have 100%. So this is the priority. If the answer is no to you, well, you gotta focus on 2 stats. Skill cooldown reduction. You can get it on the neck, you can get it on the gloves, and you can get it on the rings. Have these 4 slots in mind. Second, beneficial effects. There are many ways to get it, but if we're talking just specific about the gear, you can also get in 4 pieces, the belt, the boots, the chest, and the pants. These 4 slots, if you have beneficial effects on them, it is amazing. So after you fix that, and now you have your skill 100% of the time, so now you're gonna think, what is my movement speed? So it is very simple. So here, like on the screen, you guys cannot see because my camera is on, but there is a little man. You click on it, you can see your substats. And if you click here on more attributes, it will appear your additional attributes. If you scroll down a bit, you're going to see here movement speed. And you might say, oh, but I saw 69 before and now I'm seeing 19. What is happening? Okay, it is very easy to understand, and I'm going to try to explain it in a simple way. The maximum speed that you can have on this game, it is 17%. 70%, it is the maximum, and is divided in 2 ways. Passive movement speed of 20%, which I have only 19. How I have 19? Well, I have the Blood-Soaked Jade, which gives me an increase of 10% movement speed. Pretty much the only reason why I use it. Then I have on my rings 3% movement speed, on my neck 3%, and on the other ring 3% movement speed. So I got 9% out of my green items, and I got 10% of my Blood-Soaked Jade. Without the Blood-Soaked Jade, it is gonna be very hard for you to reach to this passive 20% movement speed as a barbarian, but other classes like Demon Hunter, you got 10% of movement speed on your passive, which it is great. On the other side, we have movement speed buffs with a maximum of movement speed of 50%, which, for example, in the case of barbarian, if I activate my sprint, I already am gonna be maxed. So one super important thing is that movement speed buffs, they don't stack. The only one that will remain active will be the one with the highest value. So in this case, imagine I kill a mob and I got like 30% of movement speed from the Isatar. Then I'm doing a kill streak and I got like my more 50%. Well, again, it's not more 15%. I just got a 15% buff. I got a 13% buff. And then if I activate sprint, I got 50% buff. But it's not going to make me run to a 95 speed. No, it's going to be capped at always at 50%. So have in mind that if you have multiple movement speed buffs, it will only count the highest. So whenever here I activated the sprint, I'm going to have 69% movement speed. Nice. So now we have gems and magic find. Well, once again, this is a big problem for especially free-to-play players or low spenders. It is that I see a lot and lots of people going with the, well, I call the rank 3 and rank 4 5-star gems curse, which means that, well, because they are super expensive to level up. So you see here, I think I have my, well, Bloodsoaked Shade rank 2. They are super expensive and pretty much you won't be able to reach to rank 5. And why is rank 5 so important? Well, now it's gonna give you the awaken bonus and gonna wake the gem, but more important than everything, it's gonna give you increased chance of finding magic items. The 1-star gem is gonna give you 5%. The 2-star gems is gonna give you 10%. And the 5-star gem is gonna give you 15%. So, as you can see, of course, having 50% is better than having 5. However, 5 is better than 0, right? So here you're gonna see that because I'm using low rank gems of 1 and 2 stars, I'm able to put them all to rank 5. Not only I get the awaken bonus, but also I get to get 55% of magic find. So why is this so important? Well, if you look here, pretty much it's gonna make you drop more golden items. More golden items, it's gonna give you more dust, and this dust is the thing that it is actually a problem to get. So please go with 1 and 2 stars, put them to rank 5, and the only gem you actually need if you don't have multiple to rank 5 stars, just put the Bloodsoaked Jade for the 10% movement speed, and it's all you need. However, I'm gonna give you here a few recommendations for your gems. So as you see, I enjoy to play with dots, so I got this Everlasting Torment. So whenever I crit, I'm gonna put 1 dot. Then I got the Viper's Bite, it's gonna be 2 dots. Then I got the Pain Clasp, I got like a Berserker Eye, I got the Bloodsoaked Jade, I got the Mother's Lament. Then you get like this Mystery Elixir that's gonna increase your dot duration, and this is the one. You guys think that this is a Fergan's Fang, but it's not. I'm using Ignis Scorn. This gem itself, it is probably the best farming gem. Besides maybe 5 stars, okay? This gem, it is crazy. And Ignis Scorn, together with Volatile Shard, it is insane. So if you guys can use these 2 gems, even if you just use as an auxiliary gem, it is insane. Volatility Shard together with the Ignis Scorn, you just gonna see every time you pass to the mob, as soon you kill one, boom, it's gonna explode. You crit, boom, you're gonna explode. And then if you also have this rune here, Seer, or also if you have like this substat to give the extended, which is gonna give your monster have 9% chance of explode on that, well, this is what it makes your run way faster. Because you hit the mobs, you're gonna crit, boom, explode, you kill another mob, another explode. It is just insane. So please try to understand, and if you have to rewatch the video again or just a certain part, please try to understand how the build works and what does it actually make the build great. Not only with the gems, but also with the green sets. It's very important to understand the science behind why this works and how can you be so fast at farming. So for these runes parts, I already spoke about it. It is the Seer, which gives you this explosion on the mobs, and the Tear, which is gonna give you the beneficial effect. To be honest, these are the 2 most important. Anything else, well, it doesn't really matter. It's gonna increase a bit your damage, etc, etc. But these 3, I will say that if you can get your hands on, please don't spend plat on that. Just try to farm and well, be lucky and get it like I did. Now for the Paragon, very easy. We just go here. We're gonna use the Vanquisher, these 3 on top, and these 2 in the bottom. So this one, Greed, is gonna increase your lucky effects, which is gonna make you drop more gear, more scraps, more dust. That's all you need. More XP, which is also great, so you keep having like high level. I don't use gold because I don't need it. Is also, I don't think it's very useful. But this, it is very useful. We have here delaying the inevitable, which is a kill streak, more XP. That's all you need to know. For the last spot, a few people go with this one, which increased the damage of 5%. For me personally, I don't need that because I don't need a lot of damage. But what I need is this one. And you guys may say, oh, but you said that you don't need another movement speed buff because you're already using sprint, so why are you taking this if the movement speed don't stack? Well, because when you're doing this in party, you are following another person. And, well, as they kill the mobs and they keep killing, you keep getting your kill streak, and this actually stacks while you are on follow. So one of the biggest things that can happen to you whenever you're following someone, it is your character will stay stuck into a place. For example, a very famous place is in a mountain, Zaven. There is a rock that it doesn't allow you to make the corner, which is very annoying. So by having this movement speed, a lot of times it is enough for you to not get stuck or just get pretty near the carry, which is going to be better for your character overall. So now talking about Reforge and Reforge sets, and this is actually super important, especially if you're free to play. Please listen to this part, which is gonna be a huge, massive game changer for you. So if you're starting the game, I'll highly recommend you guys to go with this PvE set. For me, it is probably the best one. I use a different one for PvP, but this is the one that I first started the game I went for. So you unlock the first tier at 6, then 11, 16, 21, and 26, if I'm not mistaken. So highest priority, when you're rolling one of these stats, please try to get duration of beneficial effects. Again, if you get 2% here, then 1.5% here, then 2.5, and you keep multiplying by 8 pieces, it is a lot. Okay, is a lot of beneficial effect that you can get just from this. And also you're gonna get the Hydra, which is also gonna help you kill the mobs. And overall, is this thing, it is great. So since we are already here on the blacksmith, I also can actually speak a bit about like the cursed items that, well, now they got removed, but you can still get like these positive properties. I use this one for PvP, but there are two great ones that you guys can use for the open world farm, which is the wired, which is gonna give you like a chain lightning, or this other one that I also use for the primary, which is called lashed, which is like 3 tentacles. It does a lot of damage, and pretty much you're gonna almost one shot the elite, and it is another good way to increase your power for farming. So I know that this is a lot of information, but all these things mattered, and this is why I managed to be like this fast at reaching to level 30. It's because I found out like these small things, and like a Lego, after a while, instead of having like multiple pieces, you just have like this giant dinosaur that can just run to the open world and kill everything. So that's what I'm trying to achieve for you. So thank you if you still reach here. Thank you so much for still listening. So movement speed, we already spoke. Let's speak about increased size. Okay, this one is very curious. It is one that a lot of new players, they don't know, but this is one of the main reasons why having a warband is important, especially a warband that has this protector remnant called Shepherd's Burden, which is going to increase your size by 15%. So I told you that the movement cap doesn't increase above 70%, but you can get like 70% plus increased size, and you can get even faster. So this is great. I love to be big and fast. And man, if you guys are in a warband and you don't have these, please try to go to the purchase of something and get it, because it is the best, in my opinion, remnant in the game. I use it all the time. I rarely change for the other ones, maybe attack or something whenever you're doing challenge and rift or raids, but besides that, 99% of the time I'm using this one. So now let's talk about gear ranking priority. Through leveling up your gear to first all level 6, then all level 11, then all level 16, then all level 21, and then 26. Why? Because at each of these brackets, as I said, you're gonna unlock an extra Reforge bonus. And these are super important for you to do extra damage, to have more beneficial effects, etc, etc. But when it comes to how should I pick and which pieces do I pick first? In my opinion, go always with chest, pants, and shoulders first. Why? Because these are the ones that they gonna boost your fortitude and willpower. And fortitude willpower, they will increase your secondaries attributes, which are the most important thing when it comes to PvP. So do that way. Now let's talk about pets very quickly. Please do not farm without having this trait. Where is it? Where is it? Please do not farm without having this. The Salvager, the pet trait. These, I spent so many hours, guys, farming without this. Teleporting to the city like a noob so many times. And you know what I used to do? I used to open the map. I used to try to find the city. And I used to click here and click here. I used to do it the wrong way, guys. I spent so many hours. Guys, if you guys take anything from this video, it's this one. This is the most insane time saver thing you can have. So when you have that trait, if you open your bags and you click here on your pets, you're gonna check here, salvage equipment. So whenever you're farming and you're doing all those loops, well, your bag is gonna be full like every few minutes, right? Like every 2, every 3 minutes, it gets full. So every 2 or 3 minutes, I used to go to the city. But then I found out that, no, I can just click here and I can salvage. And now the pet is gonna do this animation. And if I open now my bag, well, the bag is clean. And this, it is so good. Big time savior. Also, please guys, you guys don't need to go to the map and try to find the waypoint and all these things. Also, it took me probably 2 months to find this stupid trick. It's just because it's not noticeable. But you guys can actually just go here, click on this portal. I never noticed this. Yeah, I'm so bad. I'm so bad at this game. I never clicked here, but well, you can just click here, near safe zone, and we'll teleport you from the spot that you are farming to the nearest waypoint, which he has the monster essence, the everything. So please use these. Deliver your answers, whatever you need. Salvage if you don't have the pet, and then click on the portal back. Okay, and it's gonna teleport you exactly to the same spot you were. It has a cooldown of what I think is like 2 or 3 minutes, but man, so many times I didn't know this. But please, now that you know, I hope it's gonna change your game. And if you guys don't have this pet trait, it is very easy to get. Just try to get a few plants. Just now pets are very cheap. You go here to familiars. Is here on the sidebar. Click on familiars. Then you go here, all familiars. Then you click here in the bottom. You select traits. Okay. You go below, put Salvager. It doesn't matter what is the pet. Just get the cheapest one. You see here, 4K. You can go here, boom, purchase. Or if you guys want to go and you want to donate some plat, you guys can also come here and buy my cat for the 6.2. And I'm also selling one. So get it. It is the best advice I can give you. So now let's talk about the ideal difficulty that you should farm on this game. Well, if you go here onto the map, you guys know these are the game difficulties. In my opinion, you guys should farm whatever is the difficulty that you guys can pretty much one-shot the pack just by running. So if you're not strong enough to one-shot the pack as you run with your dots, with your fire, with your lightnings, with whatever it is, if you cannot do that, please go down one difficulty. When you get stronger, go up, because the upper you go, the better gear it gives you, the more scraps it gives you, the more dust it gives you. However, if you cannot one-shot and you're farming like this, like you put your buffs and then you go and you auto-attack, then you're gonna go again, and to kill all the packs you have to auto-attack, then you go here, then you auto-attack, then you... Oh, wait, we got a red. Okay, nice. free dust. So every time you see this purple, please kill it because it's easy golden dust. Actually insane. So if every time if you see yourself, you are this guy farming like this, you're taking too long, dude. You're just taking way too freaking long to farm. The way you want to farm is you just run, you kill everything along the way, and you keep running, and running. So for the events, this is for me one of the easiest way to get scraps without always be doing open world. So if you see here, I actually saved up. I did the Conqueror. I think it took me like 30 minutes to get like a few wins. So I go here, boom, 40 scraps, 80 scrap, and I think I also, no, this one don't give dust, but this one 120 scraps and 15 dust, and it's just like a really good way of getting scraps like this easy. Not only that, it's gonna give you battle points, which is gonna increase your battle pass, and every time you level up your battle pass, you get 150 scraps more in the hills. But leveling up your battle pass, it is so important. It is so important because not only is gonna give you heals, gonna give you gems, gonna give you scraps, gonna give you crests, and all these goodies are super clean. Please go doing it. But even after you reach to, I think it's like level 40, please keep boosting and keep doing your BP points because it is a great source of getting scraps. I get like a lot and lot of scraps from these, you know, like if we make the math, what is my level? Okay, 150 scraps, right? Then I have level 90 battle pass. So if we do 50 levels times 150, well, I just got pretty much almost one level out of this. So also, if you see here, I have a screenshot of like this event that I got the first place on the leaderboard, and again I got like 4 legendary crests, which is awesome. But again, they always give you like extra freebies from doing like these events. And also another thing I just remembered, please guys, do not forget to actually go and every week spend some time to try to upgrade your challenge reef. Not only get rewards from scraps from completing it, but every week you're gonna get probably 200, 300, 400, 600, whatever are the scraps, depending on your leaderboard. I think I get like 600 scraps because I'm in the 74th place. And it is just great. It is a great way. Also, another great way, it is to do PvP, Battlegrounds, if that's your thing. Just, you know, try to do a few BGs here and there. And also for me, because I'm rank 1, I think I also get I don't know, like 500 scraps every week. You don't need to be rank 1, just be like top 100 or something, and it's gonna be great. Also, you get like scraps from doing BGs. Pretty much you get scraps from doing everything in the game. But the majority of your time is gonna be spent in open world, and a lot of hours in open world. Or also, if you get tired, you can also go and do the Accursed towers. You guys can go here. If your clan has these towers, there's also like a very good way to farm scraps. Some people say it is even the best way to farm scraps. Personally, I find it's just a bit boring, but I think if your character isn't that strong, this is actually a very good way, because the scaling inside the towers is works differently, and it's gonna give you a lot of scraps. And it is the best place to farm runes right now. Runes in the towers are crazy. You're gonna get like 5 or 6 per hour if you just kill the blue elites, and also depends on your strength and how fast you can do it, of course. So have in mind, open world or towers, great spots to farm. And after we have the last 2 points, which is the routes and the pre-made. I'm gonna put this one into one. What do I mean by routes? It is the farming spots, and I can tell you that after farming for all these hours and all these things, I got like 2 spots that for me are the best. So first spot, number 1 of everything, Mount Zaven. It is not a surprise to many of you. You already know this spot. Go on top of the mountain, just do like a few circles, just keep running in circles, and you're gonna, in my opinion, you're gonna have the highest number of everything, elites, goblins, everything. It is just like insane. The farm that you get there, it is insane. I love to farm there. Also, it's a very popular place, so a lot of people also farm there. But for me, which I am a barb, so it is super easy for me to farm there because everything is on my way. I don't have to shift my route. Like for example, Storm Point, which it is my second favorite spot, and this is pretty much the two spots that nowadays I farm. So you take this waypoint, you just go here, you go here to the bottom, and now you just do this. You just do this square. It has a lot of mobs. These are the, in my opinion, the two best spots. And why? Because you can go super fast as humanly possible. I cannot go as fast as these, and I always have respawns. So this is the problem that you're gonna face. So yeah, of course, like people will say, oh, but library, you got like this spot here in the middle that you have these 4 pillars and you just do this. Yeah, bro, it is a great spot if you're starting. So if you're starting and you're not as strong, I will tell you, I farmed so many hours in this spot, probably like 200 hours, just because I wasn't strong enough, and I didn't have my 100% uptime skills. I was still figuring out the game. I was still getting my combat rating, probably in the place that most of you are still now. So yes, this spot that you see here, it is great. So all you do is you just do this route here. You go here. So you guys see, like, I'm not trying, I'm just, boys, don't worry, I'm just here for a few seconds, okay? And you just do here. Go to the middle, kill that pack, go here, and you just keep running. As you see, I leave my flame trait in the back, and hopefully it's gonna kill. Okay, there's a lot of people here, but that's a route. I farmed countless hours here. If this was busy, I used to go here. Well, yeah, I think in my opinion, this room, it is better, but there is these tentacles, they are so just like super annoying. So all you do is here. And this, in my opinion, as a wizard or a tempest, is great. Why? Well, because you can go here and then you just teleport to this room. You instantly go here, teleport inside this room. But as a barbarian, it's kind of is a bit annoying. You have to go here, you have to go here inside, and you go back. And as you can see, now I'm like super fast, and I am so fast that usually I don't get respawn by the second time that I'm passing. So a very quick tip, and that you guys can, to become like a super fast farmer, never go back. Never do this. Never go back to get loot. Always ahead. Never go back to kill one mob that you left. Never. Also, never use your primary attack if you're strong enough, because that's the goal. Always run. Always kill everything with your chains, with your cleave, with everything besides the primary. And the only reason you can kill, so you see here, I'm gonna kill these elites. So the blues for me are not a problem. But for example, if I had like a golden mob or an orange, most likely I'm gonna give it like 2 or 3 hits, and then I'm just gonna keep running. So, well, we didn't get lucky with the golden one, but imagine this is a golden one, mob appears here, I do 1, 2, 3, and then I just keep moving. It's gonna die, and that's pretty much it. So for the last point, just as an ending note, this is a marathon. It is not a sprint. It is a lot of hours. And I would recommend, highly recommend you guys to go and do it with a pre-made, with a friend, with someone. Find someone that has the same goal as you. You're gonna find someone that is as degenerate as you to go and farm 5-6 hours a day. You know, maybe a bit less, whatever. It can be 1 hour a day, it can be 2 hours a day, it can be just on the weekends, whatever. Find someone is like-minded as you. 1, 2, or 3 people. For me, was my dear friend Monek, and we spent hundreds of hours farming together, man. And we help so much each other, because even though we fill up the party with 4, most of the times we were like the fastest farmers, and we were the only ones farming, because most of the times you're gonna find a lot of randoms that, you know, they just want to follow, and that's just how it is. But for me, more concerning is like whenever you take in turns, and the person that is, you know, farming on this turn is like not even has movement speed or anything, and then comes here, stops, auto attacks, and you're like, and you fall asleep. Okay, they kill one pack, then they go to the next one, and they kill it. Oh, I forgot to use my skills. Oh, okay, I guess I'm gonna turn on my skills. Oh, and then they kill this pack, then they go to the next one, and they farm like this. Okay, so don't farm with these people. Okay, so if you see these, just hey, take it and just farm yourself, man. It's just I'm just gonna, you see the difference of speed of like just going like full speed. It is gonna be massively different. All you want is to have as many kills as possible, so you can as many scraps per hour as you can, and all of this together is gonna make you that over time you're gonna be able to level up your gear very, very fast. And I hope you guys get it. And this is pretty much everything. No secrets, nothing. Everything is here for you to become the fastest and best farmer on your server as you can be. So with this is all I have to say. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.